when I was talking with the gentleman from Belcom, and we were discussing the lie. Everything he was telling me was different from what we were being told was the truth. And at one point I asked him, I said, man, you guys, you lied about a lot, didn't you? And instantly he said, no, we didn't lie about certain things. We lied about everything. None of it was true.
Proceed this way. Yes, and proceed this way.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief. And a liar and a thief.
Physicist James Van Allen was the first one to discover that space had deadly nuclear radiation flying around all over the place. Not only were the Van Allen radiation belts deadly, which are like two orbiting toruses of nuclear radiation around the Earth, but later we found there were galactic cosmic rays which were deadly, and when the sun is having solar flares there's deadly radiation as well. There are three different sources of deadly radiation, and all of these very likely would have fried the astronauts if they went to the moon.
Swimming pool nearly the size of a football field. I descend into the clearest water I've ever seen, and it looks like an underwater movie set. The pool is a staggering 40 feet deep, and everywhere I look are full-size replica sections of the International Space Station. Once weighted properly, the astronauts hover in the water as if floating in the weightlessness of space. The test conductor and team speak directly to the astronauts through the communications gear in their helmets. The point of all this effort is to provide a learning environment for astronauts where they can practice tasks over and over in simulated zero gravity before they're required to do it by themselves in space. A spacesuit is designed to have more pressure on the inside than on the outside, since it's effectively inflated like a balloon in space. Here in the NBL, that pressure is backwards. Water is definitely not a vacuum. In order to keep the water pressure from squishing the astronauts as they go deeper, the suits are inflated to a pressure just a few psi higher than the surrounding water. When an astronaut goes deeper into the pool, the water pressure pushes in on the suit and tries to compress it, so the suit is given more internal pressure to keep it inflated correctly. As the astronaut ascends towards the surface, the air inside the suit expands and tries to overinflate the suit, so some of the air is released. In this way, the suit always stays inflated just as it would be in space.
Woo! That is the coolest swimming pool ever.
Later, I have the opportunity to meet Ron Garan, a real astronaut. He has spent nearly half a year in space and more than 27 hours spacewalking. So you know what I had to ask him.
You gotta tell me what it's like to be in space.
What's it like to be in space? Well, it's a lot like being in the pool here. You know, there's two ways to look at it. One is that when we were flying the shuttle, we had very, very specific, very choreographed spacewalk. Lightning experience. Lightning experience.
Proceed this way. Yes, and proceed this way. Yes, and proceed.
The gentleman from Belcom, and we were discussing the lie. Everything he was telling me was different from what we were being told was the truth. And at one point I asked him, I said, man, you guys, you lied about a lot, didn't you? And instantly he said, no, we didn't lie about certain things. We lied about everything. None of it was true.